Hi, it's Nell, and yes, I am with my Pothos today, my golden Pothos and my Pothos Enjoy, because I'm at my work table, which leads you to believe I'm going to be repotting them, and yes, I am. This is all about repotting or transplanting a Pothos, and this applies to all the varieties of Pothos. So if you like videos about houseplants, gardening, plants, succulents, bromeliads, all that wonderful stuff, be sure to come back for more because I upload a video every week here at YouTube, and I have a whole bunch of videos that I filmed in the past for you to go through for your viewing pleasure. So in their native environments, they grow up trees and up plants, and their leaves get huge. And they're called devil's ivy because they just grow and grow and grow and get huge, and they kind of strangle things out. Here, it doesn't usually happen as a houseplant, so you don't have to worry about that. It's such a great houseplant, very popular, easy to find, but the roots are nice and tough on these plants, but this plant is not really fussy as to a blend or a special mix. So what I'm doing is I'm just using a good organic potting soil, a soil-less mix. Any potting soil formulated for houseplants is going to be soil-less, but it's just called a potting soil, even though it has no soil in it. But it's rich, it has some good stuff in it, but it also drains really well. And what I'm going to add in is a little charcoal, because I always have that on hand for houseplants. It sweetens the soil and it also aids in the drainage. And I will probably add a little bit of cocoa coir too, just because I have it, but you don't need to. You just need, you know, a good potting soil, preferably organic. I use Ocean Forest, which is made by Fox Farm. I will leave the link to it in the blog post so you can see what it is. And if I remember, I will leave it down below. And speaking of down below, I will leave the link to the blog post that goes along with this video, because I always do a post to go along with the video. And there is more information in there 98% of the time, because usually I forget to say something in the video, or there's one or two more details I want to add in. So be sure and check the post. Okay, so I moved the golden Pothos out of the way. I'm going to do that one next. That one has really long trails, and there's a little trick I use for working with plants that have really long trails. This is my Enjoy. It's not that long. And this is one of the smaller leafed Pothos. I think it's just adorable, but it's starting to show some roots at the bottom here. So as long as I'm repotting this one, I might as well repot out this one too. So now I'm just going to bow out for a bit to get some potting soil. All right, so I have potting soil in about up to here, and I'm going to just put in a couple handfuls of charcoal, you know, just because I happen to have it on hand. Mix it in a little bit. There was a car with some music playing, and I was like, I wonder what that song is. And a little bit of the cocoa coir chips. This is cocoa coir fiber and cocoa coir chips. I think I'll put it in there because I might have to part the seeds for that. Okay, so now to get this out of the pot, if you are new to transplanting plants and house plants and all that good stuff, I'm going to squeeze the sides of the pots because that usually enables it to come out easier. I'm going to really squeeze it at the bottom here. Turn it upside down. There we go. Thank you. Oh yes. Oh yes. Even though that plant is small, it is fairly tight there in the pot. Okay, there we go. A little close up on the roots so you can see how nice and tight they are. And I found pothos don't really need to be transplanted too often. And I don't know if they prefer being tight. I usually transplant them about every 2 years, 2 or 3 years. This one was in a 4-inch pot, and now it's going up to a 6-inch pot. Okay, so everything, the mix is in up to about there. Okay, I'll get this pot out of the way. Gonna shake off some of this. I'm gonna gently teasel it apart just by, it's just like a massage. I'm not, tearing it apart. I'm just sort of loosening up the roots so they can be free. Grow wild and free, young roots. Head west, young pothos. Okay, it is the end of the day and it's Saturday. It's been a busy week, so don't mind me and my pothos musings. Okay, so I have the plant in here, and all I'm going to do is go in and fill in around it. When the trails aren't too long, they aren't hard to work with at all. And I just kind of tuck that soil on in there. I'm going to tilt it back in the pot a little bit too, so it's a little more even. Press it in, and then I'm just going to continue to do that all the way around. So I forgot to put my organic compost in there, because I always like to do that. Get them nice and fed, so I'm just going to go around and put in a layer of that. And by the way, it is the end of March here in Tucson. It's beautiful. We're in the 80s, and spring and summer are the best times to do this. If you live in a temperate climate like I do, or where I used to live on the coast of California or Florida, then you can do it up until the early fall. You just want to do it a good few weeks before the weather starts to get cooler, because the plants prefer to rest in those cooler months. So I'm going to tilt this back even more when I put the rest of the mix in. And I like to feed my houseplants in the spring with worm compost and compost. So I'm just going to go and top it off with a nice thin layer of worm compost. And then this one is done. I kind of spread it out a little bit because I want it to fill in on this side too. So just like that. And now this one has room to grow, which it'll love. All right, time for my golden pothos, which is really long. So the golden pothos gets the same drill in terms of soil and the steps and all that, but as you can see, it has these long trails, and that makes it difficult, or just a little bit, difficult to plant. So what I like to do is I like to tidily put these into a nice soft flannel pillowcase. Just get them in here however gently you can. It's easier when you're not doing it on camera, of course. Okay, let's see. Come on, baby. Because these leaves crush easily, and the stems there's so many of them, they just tend to go all over the place, and it's just easier to get the plant out of the pot and into the new pot. So, come on. And it doesn't have to be a flannel pillowcase, it's just that I happen to have them, and I don't use them here in Tucson anymore. I just use them to cover my plants when we get our cold snap nights. Okay, so now I'm just going to gently pull it over here like that. So this part is all tied up here. There we go, and that just makes it a little bit easier. And then I'm going to put a tire around here so it stays nice and gently. I do this with hanging, succulents too, especially the burrow's tail, because they all fall apart. Okay, so there we go. And this is in a 6-inch pot, and it's going into an 8-inch pot. All right, so I have some mix in here. I may actually have to take a little bit of it out. Do you do that too? Just put a little too much mix in sometimes? But we'll see. And this one, I'm going to do the same thing. I don't know how pot bound this one is, I don't think it's pot bound because I don't see, I see roots at the bottom of the pot, but I don't see them coming out. I just wanted to do them both at the same time. So let's see. Let's turn around so you can see that one. There we go. And when these plants get really tall and really big, these roots just get huge and they wrap around the trees, and devil's ivy. Okay, so same thing. I'm just going to kind of gently pull these apart. Just kind of, I'm not really pulling them apart. I'm just trying to loosen them a bit so they can be free to grow in their new pots. I'm going to take a little bit of this out, because I think I was a little overzealous as usual. So now you just pick up the pillowcase, and instead of having all the trails all over the place, you just have a pillowcase. Oops, I'm going to have to put a bit in because I think some actually came out. Oops, oh my God, everything's coming out there, but my goodness. Okay. Lift it up and put it in there just like that. And now with the plant covered, you're not going to be able to see too much of it. So I'm just going to go in and fill in with mainly the potting soil and a little compost, and then I'm going to top it with the worm compost. And why the pillowcase is nice is you can see half of the plant, or half of one side of the plant, and then you can just pick this up, and then you can see the other side without having a bunch of trails, flippy flopping all over the place. Just like that. And you usually don't break any of the trails either. So I'm just kind of packing the potting soil around. And now it's time for the compost, more potting soil, the worm compost, and then to say goodbye for now. Okay, so we'll do the, so we're going to do the grand unveiling now and see how the trails survived. Oh, come on. 'Tis the end of the day on Saturday, and I'm like, okay, something's probably going to go wrong. So let's see, we're going to just pull this out. Come on. Because these trails are a good, 7 feet long. There we go. None to the worse for wear. I just have to straighten them out a little bit. But you can see how thick some of these older stems are. They get really thick when growing out in nature. Okay, so there we go. My 2 pothos, all as happy as can be in the springtime. I've done a few videos and posts on pothos, including pothos care, so I will leave the link to that down below. And in the near future, I'm doing a video on propagating pothos, so stay tuned for that. So there's always a blog post to go along with a video, and I will leave the link to that down below because inevitably I have forgotten something, or there will be more details in the post for you. So I hope you have found this video about transplanting or repotting the very popular houseplant pothos to be helpful. I have a lot more videos coming your way, including more houseplant repotting videos. I upload videos on a regular basis here at YouTube once a week, so be sure and check those out. There's also plenty of older videos for you to go through if you're new to this channel. And I thank you for all your likes and your subscribes. I truly appreciate them. Now, let's get out in our gardens or into our indoor gardens and make our worlds a more beautiful place. As always, I thank you so much for watching. Bye.